Ahead here on DC News Now at 10, an arrest is made following a Massachusetts mother of three's disappearance. What we know about the circumstances that led up to that arrest. Plus, with marijuana legalization coming to Maryland, some want to ensure that equality is at the forefront. A look at the new petition. And fans and teammates honoring Damar Hamlin as he shares a photo from the hospital following his cardiac arrest a week ago. Good evening. Thank you for joining us for DC News Now at 10. I'm Annalisa Gale. But first, we start with meteorologist Scott Sumner, who is tracking some advisories that have expired now. Scott.
That is true. As of just about an hour ago, we had places out towards West Virginia and also Western Virginia that had winter weather advisories dropped. Now, as you see here with our satellite view and our radar composite over the last, 12 hours or so, most of the bulk of the rain has been south of D.C. However, on the last couple of images, you've seen some of the moisture creep up and move through. And as I look outside my window, we do have some light rain, obviously, on the pavement. But everything, like I said, is fairly light. And we have more moisture moving in, and that's coming in from Ohio and Pennsylvania. That will work its way across western Maryland overnight. And that's why this area, Garrett County, western Maryland, western Allegheny County in western Maryland are still under a winter weather advisory. This chunk of area here from Woodstock down to Luray, avoid of winter weather advisories. However, right along the Blue Ridge, freezing rain is possible, so you're still under the winter weather advisory. We'll talk about Monday's forecast and a lot more coming up.
Thanks, Scott. Well, another teen has been shot in the district this weekend. Police say a boy in his late teens walked into a local hospital with a gunshot wound tonight. They believe the injury stemmed from a shooting in the 2400 block of Martin Luther King Jr. Avenue in Southeast. The teen is expected to be okay. So far, though, no arrests have been made. And right now, police are still investigating a deadly shooting on Quincy Street in Northeast after a homeowner opened fire on a 13-year-old boy. It happened around 4 a.m. on Saturday. That homeowner telling police that he believed that the teen was breaking into cars. The teen was identified as Caron Blake. So far, no arrests there. And police are also offering a $25,000 reward for information leading to an arrest in a deadly stabbing in the 200 block of Gallaudet Street in Northeast. It happened on Saturday at around 3 a.m. That victim has been identified as 36-year-old Joshua Parker, also known as Jasmine Star Mack. Well, the husband of a missing D.C. real estate executive was arrested tonight at his home near Boston. He's charged with misleading a police investigation. Our Daniel Hamburg joining us now live with the very latest. Hey, Daniel.
Annalisa, it's been exactly 1 week since 39-year-old Anna Walsh was last seen at her house near Boston. Police say she was trying to get back to D.C. for a work emergency, but no one has heard from her since. Massachusetts State Police suspended a ground search for Anna Walsh on Saturday, but investigators are still trying to find her. She was last seen early on New Year's Day, but not reported missing until Wednesday by her employer in D.C. and her husband.
Her husband has been fully cooperative. Her family has been cooperative. She has family that lives outside the country.
That's what police said on Friday. But Sunday, the local district attorney in Massachusetts announced her husband, 46-year-old Brian Walsh, was arrested for misleading police.
Automatically feel that she's in danger by the mere fact that she's missing. Other than that, there's no evidence to support anything illegal.
Anna Walsh lives with her husband and 3 kids in Cohasset, Massachusetts, near Boston. But during the week, Cohasset police say she works in D.C.
It's been reported that she was called to D.C. to handle some type of emergency at one of the properties that she manages. That's why she was attempting to go to D.C. early.
Cohasset police say it was reported she took a rideshare to Logan Airport in Boston around 4 a.m. on New Year's Day, but there's no record she got into a rideshare car. Further, police say there was no record she boarded her flight that was supposed to go to Reagan National Airport. 3 days after she was last seen and finally reported missing, D.C. police went to her townhouse in the Friendship Heights neighborhood of D.C. Police say she wasn't there and nothing appeared out of the ordinary.
It's very difficult, as you know, nowadays not to leave an electronic footprint or some type of footprint, which are debit cards or your credit cards, and none of these things have been active since the first of the year.
Now, Brian Walsh is expected to be arraigned tomorrow morning in district court in Massachusetts. In the studio, Daniel Hamburg, DC News Now.
All right, thanks, Daniel. Well, also new tonight, a man wanted in connection to a 2021 murder in Prince George's County has been caught in Orange County, Florida. Police say that 44-year-old Kevin Jackson was wanted in connection to the murder of his 51-year-old girlfriend, Kimberly Page, who was from Capitol Heights. She died on December 17th, nearly 2 years ago, in the 5000 block of Leah Court in Camp Springs. Police say she was found in the road following a dispute with Jackson that ended with gunfire. Jackson is charged with first and second-degree murder. He is expected to be extradited to Maryland. Well, one of the district's latest homicides happened in the Navy Yard neighborhood near the metro station and not far from Nats Park. And once again, some community members are on edge tonight. Katie Ree has the latest.
In 2022, the district reported 437 crimes from January 1st to the 8th. Now this year, the district is already at 629, and homicides are following that trend, doubling from 3 to 6 in that same period.
You don't really expect to see this in Navy Yard.
Following Saturday night's homicide in Navy Yard, one community member says he doesn't always feel safe in his own neighborhood anymore.
I'd feel less comfortable at night walking around. Probably during the day, maybe less so at night, I guess, because I feel like that's when the shooting happens.
Others say this is nothing new, and they're frustrated with the lack of preventative action taken by the city.
It's been going on for years. I feel like if they wanted to go and clean up the area, they could, but I feel like their solutions are always just sticking a cop there on the corner for some period of time, or they'll put up one of those, cams for some certain period of time. But like, who's in the community working? Who's in the community working to try to make, reduce some of the crime? No.
Reporting in Washington, Katie Ree, DC News Now.
Also new today, a woman is in the hospital with what first responders say are life-threatening injuries following a house fire in College Park. Crews found that woman trapped in that home. They were able to rescue her. According to officials, 2 people have been displaced as a result of that fire. So far, no other injuries have been reported. Well, earlier this week in Newport News, Virginia, a 6-year-old boy shot his first-grade teacher. It happened at Rich Neck Elementary School, and today we're learning that that teacher is showing signs of improvement. The 6-year-old and the teacher reportedly got into an altercation in that classroom on Friday. That's when police say he pulled out a handgun and shot her. The teacher was taken to the hospital with life-threatening injuries, but as of yesterday, the mayor of Newport News saying she is now in stable condition. No students or other staff members were injured. Now police are working to figure out exactly how that boy got that gun.
We'll get the investigation done, and there's some questions we'll want to ask and find out about. I want to know where that firearm came from. What was the situation?
Classes at Rich Neck Elementary School have already been canceled for tomorrow. The boy was taken into custody at the time of the shooting, but Virginia law does not allow for him to be tried as an adult. Well, supporters of former Brazilian President Jair Bolsonaro stormed the country's congressional building this afternoon. According to reports, Bolsonaro's supporters have refused to accept his election defeat, bypassing security barricades, climbing on roofs, and breaking windows. All this happening a week after the inauguration of Brazil's new president, Lula da Silva. Bolsonaro came to the U.S. days before da Silva's inauguration. So far, he has not commented on the events unfolding. This also comes 2 days after the second anniversary of the January 6th insurrection here in the U.S. Well, Secretary of State Antony Blinken releasing a statement this evening saying, quote, "We condemn the attacks on Brazil's presidency, Congress, and the Supreme Court. Using violence to attack democratic institutions is always unacceptable." Also new today, President Biden made his first stop at the U.S.-Mexico border, where protesters rallied prior to his arrival. This all comes as some worry immigration policies are tightening. Alexandra Limon has the latest.
For the first time since becoming president, Biden went to the U.S.-Mexico border. The border visit was received by criticism from all sides.
This is nothing but for show unless it begins to enforce the immigration laws.
Republicans say the huge numbers of migrants arriving at the border are overwhelming border agencies and cities, and they blame Biden's policies.
You see these images a couple weeks ago of hundreds of people in a cell. That is a policy challenge.
This week, President Biden announced new policies, including an expansion of a process to allow 30,000 additional migrants per month into the United States from 4 countries: Cuba, Haiti, Nicaragua, and Venezuela. President Biden also announced he's expanding Title 42 to allow for faster removal of migrants who don't qualify to stay in the U.S. And he said there will be new penalties for people trying to cross the border illegally.
I'm a staunch opponent of Title 42. In fact, I think Title 42 is the reason why those encounter numbers are so high, because people kept trying over and over and over again. I think it also helped fuel the human trafficking.
Progressive lawmakers and groups were blindsided by the expansion of Title 42, since Biden had promised to eliminate that Trump-era border policy. DHS Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas and other officials are on the defensive about border issues.
We are dealing within a broken immigration system that Congress has failed to repair for decades.
Right now, hundreds of nurses are prepared to go on strike in New York City as early as 6 a.m. tomorrow. Contract negotiations continued today between 2 large New York City hospitals as a third hospital reached a tentative agreement. At least 2 hospitals, though, in the city have taken steps to prepare for a strike through patient transfers and postponing elective surgeries.
They're picking up the slack. So it's already a situation where there's an abundance of work and responsibility, and now the dwindling workforce. Yes, so those who remain are certainly left having to pick up the slack.
The union has been pushing for raises and improved staffing standards for nurses across New York City. All right, turning back now to weather, where we're looking ahead to that work week, Scott.
Yeah, we're looking at a drier trend here right now, though, Annalisa. We do have wet weather to speak of. Even a little bit of freezing rain potentially being shown on our radar scope here in the district, but also some very, very light rain as we look down towards the tidal basin. And it looks like this is going to continue at least the next hour or so. We're also looking at moisture moving in, both in the form of rain and freezing rain in portions of western portions of Garrett County, and then that will move across all of Garrett County. Higher elevations could see maybe a little inch or less of snow on the grassy surfaces overnight tonight. And again, our future radar picks up on the moisture in the form of a light rain staying with us here from Fredericksburg over towards Lexington Park and points south of there as the next hour unfolds. And I'm not seeing anything being picked up with the moisture that's coming out of Ohio, but needless to say, we'll watch that too as we go throughout the next couple of hours. Already seeing a little trace of snow here on your Sunday in Tyson's Corner, Spotsylvania, and Stafford. Okay, that was compliments of the National Weather Service here earlier this evening around 7:30 or so. That report came out. And this is on the heels, seeing a little snow, on the heels of Fredericksburg at 41 for a high today. So really not too bad. But obviously the clouds and the moisture cooled off that air mass just a little bit and brought you down to where you could see a little snow and a little freezing rain. So again, light precipitation tonight, drying out but breezy on Monday, a slight uptick in temps this week. And next rainmaker, well, that returns late in the week. I'll have specifics for that coming up in just a few moments. Annalisa.
All right, thanks so much, Scott. Well, still to come here on DC News Now at 10, Governor-elect Wes Moore unveils the official gubernatorial portrait pics he's considering. And later, Virginia is seeing a major decrease in blood donations this year. A look at how you can help. Stay with us.